What up, SFAM? It's your boy Lynch. I'm back again with another motherfucking video. SFAM stand up. SFAM salute. Say folks motivated, get motivated up in this jank one time. I gotta give a big shout out, y'all, to Sai Rada. I hope I said your name right. I hope I didn't butcher your name. But Sai had put into my comments just a little while ago that I missed a freaking episode of Angry Cops, one of his videos, right? So I went on ahead and looked it up and I checked it out, and I've seen this video. And I don't really know why I haven't checked it out as of yet. I'm not quite sure. That being said, y'all, gotta let y'all know. The hashtag SFAMReact on YouTube is gone, all right? I kept getting these weird comments from different crazy sexual sites or something like that. I don't know. I never checked them out. But people have been telling me that these are bad sites. So I had to disable any kind of links that get sent into these comments. Go ahead and check over here. Go ahead and check over there to my social media. And if y'all want to hit me up on my social media, aka my IG or my Twitter, I think, y'all can also check in the description below. I'm going to make sure I start updating my social media from this video on. Y'all got to check that description. Hit me up, put a hashtag SFAMReact, and put the link to the video. I'll try to get to it as soon as possible. So that being said, y'all, Angry Cops is introducing us to some LT in the Navy who is complaining about having to temporarily live next to enlisted sailors. And for some reason, he is dogging them. I think he calls them drunks and drug abusers and, I don't know, doing all this crazy stuff. I don't know, y'all, but this can't be good that an LT and officer is disrespecting enlisted like this. Y'all feel me? So anyway, I'm ready to go ahead and get into it. SFAM set up. Salute, say folks are motivated. Get motivated on this jank one time. Hashtag SFAMReact2. The social media is over there. Let's go!
Ebony and Ivory live together.
I swear I've seen. I thought I've seen this before,
Harmony.
man.
My drill sergeant sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. A Navy lieutenant is refusing to live in the barracks with enlisted men because he thinks every single one of them is delinquent criminals.
I checked out the description of this video, and I like how angry. I like the camaraderie of all branches together, different branches of the military together. But Angry Cops made a good point, and he said the Marines, the Army, and the Air Force don't seem to have this problem. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with this LT, but let's go ahead and check it out, man.
Yeah! Can't we all just get along,
I guess
sir?
not, man.
Now, this isn't my first time getting all up in the butthole of some officer who thinks he's all high and mighty. But this might be the most high on his own piss officer I have ever seen in my entire life.
And
Lieutenant Nathaniel
he's a lieutenant.
Allison here.
So, a lieutenant in the Navy is the same equivalent as a captain in the Army. He's an 03. So, I would think, I guess with him being an 03, I would think that he would be a little bit more, you know, becoming, I guess if you would want to say, to the enlisted. If they're partying and all that good stuff like that or whatever, I mean, a captain, well, I know the lieutenants are a little bit more young, so they're probably into the partying and all that stuff too. So, I don't know, maybe it's different, it's whatever, I don't know, man. Let's keep it moving, man.
Hey, Nate. Don't hate. Thought that it would be a good idea to write the Barracks Housing Authority that, hey, you know what? An officer living with enlisted men, it puts his personal safety and his family's safety at risk. And the way that he goes to shit all over the entire enlisted corps of the Navy just reeks of every meme and uppity officer.
When your captain sees 6 of you following a midget hooker into the barracks, savages. That's crazy, man. And I would think that the sailors would be embarrassed to have an officer like this. And why is he reporting to the barracks authority? Like, that should be something else. You should report that to somebody higher up and ask them if you can move or something like that. Whatever the case may be. If I was him, what I would have done, if the enlisted are really acting that crazy, step in and say something as an officer. Step in and tell them that they need to be a little bit more professional or whatever they're doing, the stuff they're doing. They need to cut it out so much. And you got to realize they're living. That's where they live. They're on their free time. They're going to be able to do, they need to let their hair down and relax a little bit. But getting out of hand is a little bit too crazy. But he could have went about it a different way. He could have went on direct and just said something like that. So, I don't know. Contacted somebody's superiors or something maybe. Anyway, let's go, man.
Stereotype that you've ever heard of. Oh, look, the enlisted men are drinking again. Grab your pistols, gentlemen. Arm yourselves. The animals are loose. Now we're gonna break down this massive mountain of military mammoth manure
emails
and talk
two
about
letters.
how shitty Lieutenant Allison thinks the enlisted men are. In the introduction to this ridiculous
he's
book
writing
report,
it to
this
the housing people.
mustache, weird glasses looking pervert states that
Why
all
is
the
he gotta be a
other
pervert?
officers get townhomes and he needs a townhome because he's an officer.
It's temporary. Temporary. Can't you just hold off for a little bit? Let the enlisted freaking be enlisted, man. As long as they're not getting too much out of hand. Come on, man. Let's go, man.
And that's what he deserves. Mommy, I want the Pokemon cards because the other boys got them too. And his little tantrum ends the paragraph in saying that if he has to pay for a hotel the entire time he's deployed there, oh, he'll do it. Well, then do it, sir. Open up that big wallet of own money you've got. Make it rain on your family. Go spend some time in the hotel. Do it.
Where's
Go
this
ahead, do
music
it.
coming
Come on,
from?
we're waiting.
Oh, I
no,
don't
I'm not
know.
going to read the entirety of this bullshit book report. However, the first paragraph is so ridiculously juicy, I have to read it verbatim. And the first paragraph is
Wow,
safety.
so he's going to read it.
Oh, God. He needs a safe space. Safety. I have been an investigative officer.
If it was really that much of a problem, I don't see why he. I would have said something, man. I would have just said something to him if I was an officer. Like, I would have that general authority. Look, I'm an officer. Y'all are enlisted, but y'all need to freaking relax, bro. And it's temporary.
Officer, superior officer to many deviant enlisted sailors. Oh, they're so naughty. There's a lot of crime, violent actions, drug use, and alcoholism that happens in enlisted housing. And what's wrong with that? That sounds like one hell of a good time.
Hey, look,
so far,
man.
you're just giving me positives.
But does he have any proof, though? That's my thing. Does he have any proof? And he should probably say, he's saying in military housing, he should say that's right around the street or something like that for me. It just happened.
How would you know if drugs are
I
rampant?
don't
You know they
even
kick
know.
people out for that shit. Or just, oh, there's not enough piss tests. Lieutenant Willie Watcher wants more piss tests. There are also sexual assaults and other perverts. I personally had to deal with an enlisted child
So
molester
he's not even
as
saying-
my subordinate.
Right
I
now-
also had to deal with man, drug, and alcohol-related problems.
And
They're
this
all
is
hopped
this
up on
Navy.
man drugs.
I don't see this.
Now,
I don't see none of this stuff. I don't see none of this crazy stuff happening around me and my freaking where I live at. So I don't know, man. Maybe it is just the Navy. Who knows? Let's go.
Not saying there aren't a few bad eggs in the military, but you're trying to paint every enlisted man as some sexual deviant molester out here. You're the one with the perv stash,
Big deal.
guy.
I knew he was gonna say
Things
something
like
about the
this
mustache,
that stay
man.
100 meters away from all schools and school buses. There are often drunk and hostile sailors hanging around enlisted housing. Housing with enlisted greatly increases the risk to my family. Well, where
Oh my
else are they
goodness,
gonna
are you
drink and hang
serious,
out,
man?
guy? It's where they live. You never had a backyard barbecue where you housed a few back out a little tipsy and
Of
fell
course,
asleep on
man.
a lawn chair? This guy's acting like a few drinks after work is little Nas's little Satan lap dance video. I want to feel...
And see, that's what I'm saying, man. Let the enlisted be enlisted. People are gonna want to let their hair down a little bit after working in the military and working every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got to come up off that. And like I said, it looks like what he's saying in here is that it just happens in housing. He's not saying this is happening in this neighborhood. So I don't see, there's nothing wrong with him making a complaint about what's going on. I'm just keep it moving, man. Let's go.
safe for my family every time I leave to work. This will greatly affect my mental state at work to always be worrying about my family. I have a good-looking family, a wife, and 2 daughters at ages 3 and 4. They are prime targets to be victims for these enlisted deviant activities. Did you just say you've got a fuckable family? I feel like you just told the world, but my family is extremely fuckable, and I can't just have them walking around enlisted men with their hot sexy family bodies.
See, he's really putting a bad name on the enlisted in the Navy. He's putting a real bad name on him. And if that's the case, why are you even in that branch? Why are you even in the Navy if that's the case, LT? Because you could step up and say something about it. Seriously, man. Oh my God. This is crazy, bruh. Let's go, man.
Just asking for it. Ooh, the man's acting like enlisted men are a bunch of brain-hungry zombies.
That's what I'm
just
saying,
clawing
man.
and walking their way towards your family so they can fuck them. He thinks every enlisted man should be on a watch list. Part of the fun of being in the military
Every
is
enlisted,
being
really?
deviant. And not to burst your bubble there, Lieutenant, but there are some pervs in the officer ranks, okay? How about naval aviation? Yeah, I've heard some sick stories about your parties, you fucking group of eyes wide shut freaks. And what about that rear admiral that was shoving dildos in his pocket?
Yeah, the one who was stealing stuff from the
but
freaking
these
store,
listeners
man.
Fuck my family. Oh, they're gonna bound and gag us in the basement. My family should be safe in housing that is with officers. Officers are much more respectable.
That's not
and
totally
these
true,
type
man.
of deviant activities are incredibly rare compared to deviant activities of enlisted being commonplace. Safety is huge. Psychological impact on quality of life. This enlisted housing will increase the risk to my family and mentally cause my family and I to be worried and unhappy due to safety. Oh my God.
And see, if he was smart, he would have said something about this before I'm sure he would have known that he was going to stay in temporary enlisted housing before he went on to this deployment or whatever AC said that he was on. But he could have said something about it then, before he even freaking left, man. Let's go.
I need hardship pay because the enlisted men, they're gonna be around us, sniffing my daughter's anus as they hump the air trying to claw at my wife's dress. Well, the next paragraph talks about support, crazy, and he needs to feel that warm embrace of support that Mama Military is gonna nuzzle up and have him suck on her tit. He says that these military barracks are isolating him away from all the other officers and things that he needs to get to on post. Fuck you, enlisted men. You could be isolated, but not me, Lieutenant Allison.
He cannot be isolated that far away. And plus, just like he said, so you're gonna put all the enlisted this far away for that reason? Like, that's gotta be some kind of crazy other kind of complaint. Anyway, let's go, man.
Shit. He adds that as an officer, he can't fraternize with the enlisted men.
Not just because you live around doesn't mean that you are.
Sir.
Exactly.
Hey, good morning, sir. How you doing? Oh, nice, Jimmy. I gotta go to work. I'll see you later. How do you even deal with the enlisted men at work? Chief, a petty officer walked by me and gave me the greeting of the day. Disgusting. He looked as though he was going to ravage me with his eyes. Quick, 30 lashes on top of the ball. Get away from me, Chief. You two have the stench of enlisted men. Other officer families will not want to visit us because our family lives in enlisted housing. And if this doesn't show how just absolutely asinine and pompous this guy is, my children need to make friends with other officer children. My wife needs to make friends with officers' wives. I need to make friends with other officers. Oh no, my friends, they're all gone. I can't talk to the pores.
So since you're an officer, your kids can only be friends with other kids of officers. What about going to school? Are they only supposed to go to school? Who has that? School for the officers' kids. That doesn't make any sense, bruh. They need to freaking intermingle with everyone. Like, not... All right, man. All right.
They're all dirty. We need to be in an actual officer housing surrounded by other officer families so my family and I can get actual support and are not completely isolated and trapped by ourselves. Well, yes. I mean, the enlisted men aren't real people.
So
he's obviously by himself.
Crazy,
enlisted men are small, primordial scum washing up on the shore to do the bidding of the...
And that makes... How... Is it just the enlisted in the Navy? How is all the other enlisted supposed to feel about this in every other freaking branch also, man? Like, that's just... All right, man.
the officer, licking taints and boots and doing menial tasks as he dines on the finest and rarest of beef Wellingtons. I can imagine his kids in school. My dad says I can't play with you because
you're not an officer.
you're enlisted
Exactly.
and we're an officer.
You're
the
crazy,
living,
man.
breathing, walking epitome of, well, my dad's a lawyer. The last paragraph prior to the conclusion is integrity. And what this fine lieutenant with a heart of gold is trying to tell this housing people, as an officer with integrity, if I see enlisted men doing something wrong, I have to tell on them. Well, sir, maybe that's why you're there.
Exactly.
These enlisted men are such horrible,
That's what I was saying.
Righteous,
he could freaking, all you gotta do is go up and stop him, man.
Sexual beings that you need to
He's
go
just gonna
into the
let
barracks and cleanse.
He's just gonna let them do whatever they want to do because they're enlisted? What does that say, man? I'm an officer. You're enlisted. I can't stop you. I can't stop you because you're enlisted. I don't want to go near you because you're enlisted. You're an officer. You're supposed to enforce all the freaking standards. You can even create some of the standards within your own unit. You can have your own SOP. You can have freaking memos. You can do all that stuff. So, let's keep it moving, man.
And some of their vile sins. With Lieutenant Allison at the enlisted barracks, he'll clean it up, ratting on everybody for having their dick out trying to fuck the holes in the wall or smearing shit on all the windows. Because that's probably what they do in the monkey habitat that is the enlisted barracks. Lieutenant Allison will stop the rape. Lieutenant Allison will stop the thievery and drug use. Lieutenant Allison will see to it that man drug is no longer sold in the barracks. He said a few tours ago, 2 drug gangs in the barracks started attacking each other with
Are you serious,
hatchets.
man?
What
Drug
the fuck are you
gangs.
talking about? Are you just
Drug
picking up
gangs.
the worst possible stories gathered from all over the military branches and just trying to put it on all enlisted men as a whole? Oh, it's
That's what I'm
enlisted man
talking
shot his
about,
wife when
man.
he got back home, so they're all murderers. All are murderers. Well, this one enlisted man got drunk and he drove his car into a tree. Well, they're all drunk. Every
That's what I'm
single one
saying,
of them.
man.
This one officer stole a dildo. Well, it's okay. You probably had a reason.
Because
in
he's an
charge.
officer, right? He's an officer. He's allowed, right?
He's not a deviant whatsoever. What's that? He raped chickens and goats.
It's
and
okay because he's an officer, right?
It was he was a rear admiral. Well, he's just letting off some steam. But these enlisted men in their man drug. He adds, what if I have to reprimand one of these enlisted men? What if I have to demote them? Holy shit!
That's what you're
fucking
supposed
job,
to
dude?
do.
You never corrected somebody.
That's what you're supposed to do. But that's exactly what he should be doing. Yeah, he says it right here. I may have to demote or penalize enlisted personnel I work with. Yes. That's what you're supposed to do. Even a non-commissioned officer can request for a freaking officer to freaking do the same thing. So, jeez, man.
While you're at your fucking job in the military? Have you ever been in charge? I tell you what, you probably shouldn't be. You should definitely not be in charge if this is the way that you think. He adds integrity with, I will choose to keep my integrity and will probably make enemies in the housing complex,
Then
creating
so
more
freaking
problems and
be it.
further isolation of my family.
Whatever,
oh,
bro. Whatever,
boy,
man.
did you ever step in it with that line.
Here
Yeah,
you go.
bud.
Here you go.
I think you made some fucking enemies, guy. I think you pissed off, I don't know, fucking 80% of the entire military with your nonsensical gibbering about how we're all just pieces of shit. And his conclusion, the first sentence is, forcing an officer to live in a large apartment building with almost all, I'm gonna say, with enlisted is unethical. Well, what fucking branch have you heard of that doesn't do that? Oh, the Navy, because you have to stay so separated. Wow, what a conducive environment that.
I know, and I'm in military housing, but I know an officer that lives like freaking less than a quarter of a mile right up the street from me, man. So this is, he's, and I understand officers get certain perks that enlisted don't get, but this guy right here, man, wow. I'm gonna keep it moving.
That is, isn't it? I mean, you do it for the Air Force, you do it for the Army, you do it for the Marines, and we're doing just fine. Not killing officers or ravaging their families. He ends with, please help me find housing that is acceptable for my family so we can be safe, supported, and maintain our integrity. Because if you are enlisted, then you have no integrity, man. And you are not safe around.
How does your integrity change?
Them, and they deserve none of our support because fuck them. What really throws me off here is that this fucking pedo-looking Michael Jackson wannabe started off as an enlistment in the Army and then transferred over to the Navy, and now here he is. Man. 03 in the Navy thinking that his shit don't stink. I'm not one for revenge, but I know who is. I'm Dirk.
Here we go!
And I'm not much for corporal punishment or making somebody walk the plank. However, I do have some ingenious ways as to level the playing field with this cheer officer. Because you know he's going to let you enlisted men hang out to dry every time you do something fucked up. If somebody were to take this image of this lieutenant and turn it into a sticker for a very cheap price and then post it all over the post, it would seem as though that lieutenant would be unable to escape his horrible decision. Wouldn't that be funny? Listen up, weirdos. I'm gonna need your assistance on this. At 1 million followers, I'm gonna break down my basic training video, but here's the issue.
Gotta get
this
to
is
a
just
million,
a graduation ceremony. I can't find my actual basic training video, so if you were at Fort Jackson, relax in Jackson, I know, in any of these companies and graduated on this day, if you have a basic training video of the gas chamber, oh, I'm fucking in it. Hit me up in my DMs on Instagram. We gotta get that shit right. I wonder how crazy he
was in that freaking gas chamber, man. What the heck is this, man? So go check out his new website too, man. Anyway, y'all, this has been your boy Thurs Lynch. Y'all make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe. I can't believe this officer has gotten down like this, man. And he's just totally disrespecting the freaking enlisted. I wonder how... I don't think anybody's going to disrespect him, though, man. That's the crazy thing about it. He's a freaking officer. Anyway, man, it's your boy Thurs Lynch. Thank y'all for checking me out. SFAM stand up. SFAM salute. Stay focused, motivated. Get motivated up in this jank one time. By the way, make sure if y'all want me to react to anything, y'all want to request anything, just check out the social medias over there and freaking put a hashtag SFAMReact and put the link to the video also with it in the comment or whatever DM, whatever y'all send me. Be checking for my freaking updates in the description below. Thanks for rocking with your boy. I'm out. Deuces.